Hello, it is another exciting edition of your favorite health program on TV, Health Affair. On the program, we focus on health issues, challenges of women and children with a view to finding lasting solutions. I am your regular anchor, Ushomowa Danes, and you're welcome. Our focus today will be on the COVID-19 vaccines. We'll be right back after this break and news segment.
The Omicron COVID variant is a new one, which is coming from South Africa. Actually, it was first reported in Botswana, but it was discovered by the South African scientists. It is one that has over 50 mutations, 30 of them in which are in the spike. You know, the spike is the one that the virus uses to attach to the body, to the cells. But also the teeny one of these 30, 10 are new in what you call that special part of the spike that uses to bind onto the cells. And it's for this reason that WHO has looked at it, and there's a fear that it may be a different virus, which may be worse than the Delta strain or the Delta variant. It has been reported in a few other countries, as far as Hong Kong, Israel, Botswana itself, and South Africa. And they're having quite a lot of number of cases from South Africa. So, on the issue of some cases being recorded amongst people who have been vaccinated, yes, that's expected. I mean, if it's a new strain, it will not be, the immunity will not be as specific as with against the virus for which it was, which the vaccine was produced. So it is expected. But the good thing is that vaccination is always good, because you're not going to find these people getting severe disease or dying from it.
A statement released and signed by the Director General of NCDC, Adetifa Ifedayo, noted that the Center and the Federal Ministry of Health are monitoring emerging evidence on the variant and its implications. The statement also noted that given the high number of mutations present in Omicron variant and the exponential rise in COVID-19 cases observed in South Africa, the virus is considered highly transmissible and may also present an increased risk of reinfection. The NCDC, however, allayed fears of the virus's ability to evade protective immune responses or being vaccine resistant. The DG urged states to ensure that sample collection and testing are accessible for travelers, persons with symptoms, or those who have been exposed. The World Health Organization, via a report, highlighted steps that countries are to take to ensure effective prevention and treatment of HIV. The report, which indicated an increase in the number of countries reaching the 10% threshold of resistance to the HIV drug, revealed that people who have had previous exposure to antiretroviral drugs are 3 times more likely to demonstrate resistance to the non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors NNRTI drug class. These findings, the WHO says, has emphasized the need to accelerate the transition to dolutegravir-containing regimens in countries that continue to use NNRTI-based antiretroviral therapy.
On behalf of His Excellency Prince Dr. Abiodun MFR, for the use of the people of Ota and people of the state at large, for the benefit of mankind and to the glory of God.
That was the official commissioning of the fully furnished 80-bed isolation ward at the Ota General Hospital Wednesday, 21st of November 2021. Coming at a time when there is a spike in COVID-19 infection in most foreign countries and fears of a 4th wave in Nigeria, given the high volume of movement of persons into the country during the LUTH, the facility for many could not have come at a better time.
We're like-minded organizations where we have to ensure that the impact of our operations in the communities that we operate in are definitely positive. So For us, it was a no-brainer to actually get into this partnership. Of course, health and well-being is the #1 priority of Unilever, especially everyone connected with the organization and our partners. And we consider Ogun State to be a partner. Therefore, the health and well-being of the people in Ogun State is also something that's very dear to us and very important. Hopefully, this particular health center will be able to contribute to improve the standards of living of people in Ogun State.
Health and safety, we take it very seriously. It's embedded in everything that we do, right? We just don't talk about health and safety, we walk the talk. When the opportunity came, it was something that spoke to what we believe in strongly. And partnering with Unilever and the Ogun State government was a great opportunity. During COVID last year, we spent over 500 million naira supporting states, isolation centers, ambulances, and all that. So it's what we do, is what and we'll continue to do this as we see more opportunities to help people within our community.
A later Commissioner of Health, Ogun State, Dr. Tommy Koka, said, beyond the COVID-19 pandemic, the facility will be useful for other purposes.
What this isolation center means is that we've been able to expand the services that we can provide to the people of Ota, Ogun West and Ogun State in general, by the establishment of this isolation center, because there are diverse equipment that have been supplied, the dialysis machine, the ventilators, the ultrasound, which were not previously in this facility. So our healthcare delivery system has just in a day been expanded in a large way, designed towards COVID-19. But as you can see, our numbers are not escalating as fast as other areas of the world. And when we conceived this idea, as I mentioned earlier on, when Unilever actually contacted me that they had equipment to give to Ogun State, I said to them that we needed a facility that would go beyond COVID-19. And together with Lafarge, we then designed this. As you can see, it's a 40-bed, 240-bed wards that if we do need to use it as an isolation center, it would serve very well. And if, as we are right now, the isolation centers in other parts of Ogun State are empty. The one in Abeokuta and Shagamu, they're empty because there are no patients. And you cannot leave health facilities redundant. So this can be used as an admission ward on a normal day when we don't have an outbreak. Also, it prepares us for any future outbreaks. It doesn't have to be COVID-19. Seasonally, we have the Lassa fever and other outbreaks that we have to cope with as Nigerian citizens.
Since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in Nigeria, Unilever Nigerian PLC and Lafarge Cement Company have contributed immensely to complement the effort of the Ogun State government to contain the ravaging virus. The Consul General of Brazil in Lagos, Ambassador Francisco LUTH, has called for greater collaboration between Nigeria and Brazil to deepen their ties. Speaking at a forum in Lagos, Ambassador Francisco LUTH and other stakeholders noted that Nigeria, especially the Yorubas, has had a great influence on the country since the era of slave trade in the 17th century.
The influence of the Yoruba culture in Brazil is so strong that Salvador is the capital of the state of Bahia, is considered the Yoruba capital of the Americas. And Yoruba is the official language from the city. And also it was declared official language in the city of Rio, also the second biggest city in Brazil. So those are the kind of links that predate both of our independence. They comes from the 17th century, and the links, some slaves went to Brazil and back, so we have this big community of the Brazilian descendants here in Lagos and in other cities of the west coast of Africa. So this is something that people must have knowledge in both regions, no? And it's not the case. So that's why the cultural exchange is so important. So people know better their roots, especially in Brazil, and also to Nigerians to see the influence that people from this area have in the formation of the Brazilian identity since the 17th century, in music, in cuisine, and many other things. And beauty products is one of them.
Both countries are also collaborating in the area of health care especially in controlling the COVID-19 pandemic and vaccination.
COVID also increased the number of Nigerian tourists to Brazil because we never closed the borders. And I saw many Nigerians that couldn't access Europe, couldn't go to Canada, US, South Africa, even Dubai for a short time. They went to Brazil. And then they're starting to like what they're seeing there and coming back now. So it's, I think it was very good in terms of tourism, COVID.
Yeah, Brazil has been at the forefront in helping when it comes to the vaccination of the COVID, against the COVID-19. There are records of them trying in various areas to support the ongoing vaccination in Nigeria.
They also deliberated on available business opportunities in both countries.
I think Brazil has significantly supported Nigeria in different aspects in terms of providing a very good platform for trade and also for exchange. So I think Brazil is very strategic in promoting exchange. I call on all Nigerians to use this opportunity to see how they can strengthen their trade with Brazil.
According to the 2020 World Report, Nigeria had the highest number of global malaria cases in 2019 and accounted for several deaths, especially among children under 5 years and pregnant women. Malaria remains an important public health hazard globally, which experts say will take sustained local funding and a strong political commitment at the federal and state level to eliminate. To be a part of the solution in Lagos, Nigeria, Honorable Rita Orji, a lawmaker representing Ajeromi Felodun constituency, in the 8th Assembly at the Green Chamber of the National Assembly, gave out drugs to residents in the area.
I've been doing this one gradually, but today I wanted to make it public. Previously, I do it within the party, right? But this one, I want to bring it to the street, to the electorate, because from here, I grew up from here, and I know that out of 100,000 people that has malaria, which is Nigeria, the world have 170, but out of that 170, 100 is Nigeria. And in the nutshell, coming from my domain here, I know that 100, if they divide it among local governments in Lagos State, Ajegul alone will get 80. So there is no need of running away from the truth. That's what we see.
It's a pleasure having her around us, because that is what we know her for. This type of kind gesture. But this one is different. It's health something, which is very, very important in these local governments.
I'm very, very proud of what she's doing. And I'm very, very happy that I'm part of the program as well.
The project, also supported by Bukola Saraki, stressed the need for a cleaner environment to prevent breeding places for mosquitoes.
Our environment is very, very important. Let's keep our environment clean. Let's keep our gutters, clean. Let the waters flow. If the water is not flowing, that's when mosquitoes will keep in. Another thing we can do is we can buy insecticide, spray our room. We don't leave the doors open. We use mosquito net. Prevent malaria by all means, especially for the sake of our children.
To enhance education of Ajeromi Felodun residents, Honorable Rita also gave 200 students scholarship for National Diploma Certificate at the Novelty Polytechnic in Ibadan for a period of 2 years.
Before, we normally give out sewing machines. We normally do to some. We give other different types. But we find out that these younger ones, by the time you give them keke napep, they will sell it immediately in that field there. That means they are not matured enough to handle such investments. But if we extend this education, by the time they are graduates, whatever we use in empowering them, they can manage it.
The discovery of an unregistered non-governmental organization in the Egbeda area of Lagos State using sick people to beg has necessitated calls for drastic measures to be taken by the concerned authorities. Joyce Andrew, who led policemen at the Idimo police station to rescue some victims over the weekend, said the perpetrators recruit innocent children with different ailments from their relatives with the promise to take care of their medicals, only to bring them to Lagos and use them to solicit for alms without treating them.
I really want them to key into this matter, to go and make investigation on these people that are maltreating this human being like them. Because it's getting out of hand. The day we rescued them, we took them straight to the hospital at Igondu General Hospital, but they reject them. They have children that they adopt with their children, not only them, and they need help. I need people to assist me because as they are with me here, we buy diapers, we buy antiseptic, and they eat, and it's not easy.
Some of the victims who spoke with AIT said they were from Benue State. They explained that they have been in the custody of their perpetrators for years.
They have done the operation 2 times, remain the third one.
So what are they using you to do in Lagos?
We are begging money for the third operation.
Is a woman come in my place, told me that there is people that are helping some of them, some are helping poor men, poor people. So he told me to come so that I will come and get myself and go back. That's why she take me to this place. And he take me as they take me here, they are taking me to begging.
The man that brought me, I don't know her name. They tell me that they come to operate me.
Have they operated the leg?
No, they never operate them.
I have to beg the police to give me the children to come and take care of them so that they will not feel discouraged. And for the Benue State government, they should come to their rescue. They are suffering here.
Their health conditions ranges from elephantiasis, skin cancers, and lots more. With the national anthem and that of the Lions Club International, the tone was set for the day's event. Representative of the district governor read out the rules to make clearer what is expected from the new president.
Dear Lion President Fina Orio Wayne, I use this medium to congratulate you. The office of the president of the Lions Club is a very important and most challenging assignment, as it is the bedrock upon which other structures of the associations are built. I will therefore urge you not to rest on your word, as I expect you to continue to build your membership for more beneficial and service to humanity.
Thereafter followed the installation of Lion Rukewe Origo Nwoye as the 4th president of Lagos Mainland Legacy Lions Club and the team to work with her for the 2021-2022 service year.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. My BDG, the chairman, distinguished guests, my fellow Lions, and all guests here. I, Lion Rukewe Origo Nwoye, the duly elected president, call this meeting to order, or this gathering to order for the very first time.
Are you willing to live up to the ethics and purpose of the Lions Club International? I'm sure you are aware of the ethics and purpose of the Lions Club International. Are you ready to live up to the ethics and purpose of the Lions Club International? Congratulations.
The speech by the guest speaker, past council chairperson Lion Adetope Taichus, was delivered by Lion Blessing Umebale.
She has titled her paper, The Beauty of Service. And for me, in summary, when you talk about beauty of service, it means devoting your time, your talents, and your treasure to ensure that we carry out activities that are humanitarian. Let us pause to look deeply at the nature of service with love. It's all about love. When you talk about love, you're talking about service. When you're talking about service, you're also talking about love. Because without love, we cannot serve the less privileged ones.
As usual, the Lions Club focused to impact humanity in several ways, especially in healthcare. The tenure of Lion Rukewe will not be different.
I am really elated. I'm very happy that I am given this mantle of leadership to serve. This year, my projects of focus are youth empowerment, which I've started in August, childhood cancer, pediatric cancer, diabetes, and hunger.
Lions Club are community-based, and in any community where you have Lions Club, the community must be aware that such a club exists. And how will they be aware? Because of the type of services we render in the community. So when we have occasions like this, it means that that club is ready to raise funds that be used to impact that community positively. And that's why today is very special, because this club today is raising funds to serve humanity and to make their communities.
The Lagos Mainland Legacy Lions Club was chartered in 2018. With a passionate young Nigeria like Lion Rukewe at the helm of affairs for the next 1 year, the club will definitely impact more lives.
Over 800 graduating students have joined this program online. I recognize all of you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and then gentlemen of the press. I am highly elated to be here this morning to participate in this graduation ceremony and presentation of prizes of all the LUTH schools. Let us give the Almighty God a round of applause and to praise His name for making it possible for us to be alive in the first instance and to also participate in this graduation ceremony. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a graduation ceremony is always an exciting ceremony. Exciting in the sense that these graduates that we're having here today started off with several cohorts to run this program. You will well agree with me that it's not all those who started this program in the various schools are here today to graduate due to so many reasons that could have been responsible for that. But a major reason why the graduates are being honored today is because they have gone through a course of study very diligently, burnt the midnight lamps, and have satisfied the examiners and the board in terms of character and learning. And therefore, it is indeed a very great achievement. Please, can we put our hands together for all the graduating students?
I rejoice heartily with the graduates being presented today for this graduation ceremony, having gone through the requisite training of the above schools. It is with a great sense of modesty and joy that this management has observed a continuous increase in the number of our students seeking admission to our schools. To us, this is a very, very pleasant development, as it's a pointer to the high standard of our schools and the quality of graduates that we produce. We had 392 graduates in 2019, and this year we have a total of 589. I think that's deserving of a round of applause. My dear graduates, you have been equipped with skills and professional knowledge that will enable you to deliver quality professional services to our teeming population in various parts of the country.
Bringing 589 students here with their parents and wives, husband and relations is going to be against the protocol established by government. So, and we also realize that even in civil service now, online meeting are even recognized. So that's why we chose, in partnership with the College of Management, University of Lagos, they provided the technical know-how, because they've done it several times, and we are able to achieve this. You can see that it went smoothly. This is just a starting point. The most important thing is that they need more than what they have now to survive in this what we call VUCA world. And they need to self-certification, you need to online programs, and expose themselves to new knowledge that can make them to survive. So, and of course, anywhere they go, you know that the name, or now that they are graduates from Lagos University Teaching Hospital, the name of the hospital is permanently attached to them through their CV. So everybody will remember then that they are from Lagos. So they need to know how to conduct themselves. I can tell you that all of them, we never had any serious issue with any of them when they were in LUTH. And I believe that in character they are sound, and I hope, and I sincerely hope that they are going to continue to represent us well.
My major message to the healthcare professionals that have graduated today is: one, become a part of the healthcare workforce that advocates for public health education. Know the right facts. Engage your communities, engage your family, engage your friends, engage those societies that you belong to, engage social media, and proactively push out factual health information about COVID and about other health conditions. And my second charge to them is: be a lifelong learner. Learning never ceases. The more you know, the more you're able to share, and the more you're able to impact society positively. So today's lecture, I talked about COVID-19 vaccine and addressed the myths, the misconceptions, and the misinformation. My major take-home message is this: the vaccine is safe. More than 7 billion people worldwide have had at least one dose of the vaccine. About half that number have had both doses of a COVID-19 vaccine. And in all, very few adverse events, meaning side effects, have been reported. Many of the side effects that have been reported have been very minor and have gone away over the course of a few days.
According to a report by the World Health Organization, WHO, approximately 66 million women suffer from depression and anxiety disorders in Africa, and 85% of them do not have access to treatment. The WHO report also stated that only 1 in 5 African countries has a mental health policy, and most of them devote less than 1% of their health budget to treating mental disorders. Thus, in societies, mental health is a taboo, healthcare personnel are insufficient, and resources are limited. The report therefore emphasized the importance of finding solutions to the seeming challenges of women with mental health disorders.
Since the discovery of the COVID-19 vaccines, many have had their doubts about taking it due to different conspiracy theories about their safety. I captured an expert at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, LUTH, who gave a detailed explanation about the vaccines. Please take a listen.
The main COVID-19 containment strategies that we have proven to be extremely economically costly and insufficient to halt the advance of the virus. Many of us, we know how much we've spent on face masks, on hand sanitizers, and so forth. But also the restrictions on business, on economic activity have really taken their toll. So the main hopes for ending the pandemic are the development of specific drugs and especially vaccines, because that is the main hope that we have to return to normalcy. I know that many of us are religious and spiritual people. I am not discountenancing the hand of God in all that has happened so far, especially within Africa. But on top of that, it is the same God that has given the wisdom to be able to make these medical advances, and we must acknowledge that and utilize the opportunities that He has given to us. Millions of people worldwide have now received the vaccine. The vaccines have undergone and will continue to undergo the most intensive safety monitoring. And there's a growing body of scientific evidence that has shown that these vaccines are safe and effective. 53.8% of the world population has received at least one dose of this vaccine, and they are alive and doing well. 7.8 billion doses of the vaccine have been administered globally. And right now, on every single day, about 28.3 million doses are now administered worldwide. Many people that have taken that vaccine have not experienced any side effects whatsoever. And many people have also reported really mild side effects that may affect their ability to do their daily activities, but it's not in any way compromising their quality of life, and usually these side effects go away in a couple of days. The benefits of COVID-19 vaccination clearly outweigh the known and potential risks. So COVID-19 vaccines are also effective. Not only are they safe, they're also effective, because they reduce the risk of getting COVID virus, they reduce the risk of spreading the COVID virus, they reduce the chance of serious illness if a person gets COVID-19 infection, and they are highly effective in preventing both hospitalization and death from COVID. COVID-19 vaccines won't make you magnetic, and here is why. The vaccine does not contain any magnetic components. There are no chips. There are no metal components in it. If we did some science, we realize that magnetic objects have magnetic characteristics, and the vaccine has none of these. But something that we're all familiar with is that metal sticks to sweaty skin. So if I've taken a vaccine shot, and that area of my hand is a bit inflamed and a bit sweaty, if I stick a metal to it, it might stick. If I put my phone on it, it might hold. It's not because the vaccine is magnetic. And scientifically, this has also been tested and proven. Secondly, no, the COVID vaccines do not cause variants. Virus mutation is a well-known, well-documented property of viruses. Viruses mutate, they change. Sometimes the change weakens the virus, sometimes the change strengthens the virus. And so it's a natural process that virtually all viruses will undergo. Now, when you have higher rates of spread, you have more opportunities for mutation. If we are able to have high vaccine coverage, it reduces the spread, what we sometimes refer to as herd immunity. We can reduce the spread and so reduce the risk of variants emerging. So in fact, if more of us take up the vaccine, then the likelihood of the virus mutating is markedly reduced. COVID vaccines don't contain a microchip. That's another thing that has gone really viral on the internet, people saying, oh, there's a microchip, oh, Bill Gates is trying to chip all of us. Why did he chips you? What's his benefit? The controversy claims that the coronavirus pandemic is a cover for a plan to implant trackable microchips, and that the Microsoft co-founder, Bill Gates, is behind it. Bill Gates is a philanthropist. Over the years, he has continued to fund research. Many of our researchers, even in this University of Lagos, have benefited from the philanthropic activities of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. There is no evidence whatsoever that there's a microchip, and it is verifiable. So if you go and look at the vaccine ingredients, the ingredients in the vaccines do not include a microchip. They include water, the active ingredients, other adjuvants to help the vaccine stay together, and then other preservatives and stabilizers. COVID-19 vaccines do not alter your DNA. Remember that at the beginning of the emergence of the new vaccines, there was a lot of talk about mRNA vaccines and the fact that they were going to damage people and kill all of us. Well, we're still here, we're still standing. We're not dead yet. No evidence that we're about to die soon. So the vaccine, the mRNA vaccine specifically, do not even get into the nucleus, which is where the DNA is. They only give instructions to the nucleus to produce a substance that mimics the virus so that the body can then recognize that and attack it. Other vaccines that we use, what they simply do is to introduce a very weakened part of the virus so that once your body recognizes that foreign agent, it builds its own immunity against it. Nothing new. This is what we've used for measles, for rubella, for whooping cough, for smallpox, for polio, for tetanus. And so there's no reason to be afraid of these vaccines. Again, there's the controversy around fertility and the COVID-19 vaccines. Well, there's scientific evidence that supports the fact that the coronavirus vaccine is effective and safe in people who are planning to conceive or who are pregnant or lactating. The vaccine has no effect on implantation of embryo, not even of implantation of frozen embryos when they are doing IVF. It does not accumulate in the ovaries nor in the testes. It has no effect on development of the embryo, the fetus, or the postnatal growth through the period of lactation. It is true that across the globe there are still guidelines that do not permit vaccination in women who are pregnant. This is nothing new, and the reason is that when the vaccines were being developed, the testing did not include pregnant women. So it's only over time that the same caution that we apply for other medications and vaccines will clarify whether these vaccines can be safe in women. But the emerging evidence is that studies in humans and animals have shown no scientific evidence that the vaccine is deleterious on female fertility, nor on sperm levels. It's not associated with an increased risk of spontaneous abortion, and it is safe in lactating women and their breastfed children. There is no perfect vaccine, just as there's no perfect drug. There's no perfect vaccine that will give 100% protection, 100% safety, and 0% side effects. The next controversy is that fast does not equate to flawed. Many people have been concerned about the fact that there was a very rapid process that resulted in the development of the COVID-19 vaccines. And the question I often have for those who express this is that, would you rather that the COVID-19 vaccines became available in 2030 when they were not needed? Because typically, the normal rate from when we start developing the vaccine to when it becomes authorized for use is about 10 years. So rather than wait that period, What happened was that there was a concerted global effort, funding, collaboration across systems to ensure that the process was shortened while still keeping our eye on safety. There's a rigorous process set up by WHO, set up by governments all over the world to help, WHO in particular, to help countries to assess the cause of any side effects reported following any vaccination, including COVID-19. And it includes assessing whether there's really any biological explanation that links the vaccine with the reported side effects.
It is Health Affair on AIT, and up next, our nutrition segment.
The soya bean is a species of legume native to East Asia, widely grown for its edible bean, which has numerous uses. Soybean, an important component of Asian diets, and have been consumed for thousands of years. Today, soya beans are mainly grown in Asia, South and North America. In Asia, soya beans are often eaten whole but heavily processed. Soya products are much more common in Western countries. Various soya products available include soya flour, soya protein, soya milk, soya sauce, and soya beans oil. Soya beans contain antioxidants linked to various health benefits. Soya beans are mainly composed of protein, good amounts of carbs and fats. Soya beans are among the best source of plant-based protein. Consumption of soya protein has been linked with a modest decrease in cholesterol level. Soya beans are a good source of various vitamins and minerals. Consumption of soya beans has been linked to reduced risk of cancer, alleviation of menopause symptoms.
Welcome to our clinical segment for some health tips.
A lot of Nigerians now have lowered their guards in terms of the use of non-pharmacological interventions. And we have to go back to using those MPI, the wearing of masks, washing of hands, use of hand sanitizer, respiratory hygiene.
On our perception segment, your opinion counts in shaping human lives and the nation's health sector.
Don't be part of those we'll be remembering. Don't be part of the statistics. And in not being part of it, you have lots of things to do. Maintain safe speed, avoid drunk driving, don't use your phone while you drive. And I'm very sure if you stick to this, every one of us will enjoy quality road experience, especially this Ember months and beyond.
This is the much we can bring you today. Please join us same time next week for another exciting edition of the program. My name is Ushuomo Daniels. Please keep staying safe.